And thanks for joining us today, Charming Charles and myself. Hump Day at Tampa Bay. I thought for sure, Charles, in thinking that through, that I was going to screw it up for sure. But
I thought you were going like, uh-oh, here he goes.
Yes, I put that one on the tee and sent it into the center field bleachers.
Mm-hmm.
How are you, Charles?
Oh, doing good. Doing good. It's a little chilly here in Kentucky, but that's okay.
Well, if it's chilly in Kentucky, imagine what it's like in Chicago.
Yeah. No thanks.
Yeah, it's chilly and dangerous. How about that?
That's right. You got a double whammy there.
Yes, we're dodging bullets daily in Chi-Town. That's why we're all fast runners around here. Speaking of fast runners, today, Charles, you want some fast runners at Remington Park? The place to get that will be at Guaranteed Tip Sheet tonight. You see down there in the link below. It is the free track. Make sure you head on over there. Take care of that. If tonight you're looking to do something, Terry and I were going to do something fun today at Turfway Park. Unfortunately, because of sickness in my family, I won't be able to make it. So we'll do it another day. I put together a really nice calculator. I sent it to you. Hopefully you got a chance to look at it. But for exactas and daily doubles, to find out if you're getting some excess return. So you put in the odds, you put in what the current payout is, and it'll tell you if you're getting enough money or not in the payout. Charles, did you take a look at it?
I took a quick look at it. Yeah. Maybe we could check it out and put it on the first race.
Yeah, maybe I can pull it up and we can take a look at that. We'll pull it up on one of the races and give it a look. I don't know that we'll have time in the first race. Speaking of which, Charles, what are we doing in this first race?
Well, in that first race, at Tampa Bay, we got a mile and 40 yards. This is a maiden claimer. We're going to see a lot of maidens today.
Oh, big time races today, my friend.
And we have a lot of low claimers today too, by the way.
I expect to see some of these horses on the first Saturday in May, just not at.
I don't know about that, but we got a maiden claimer, 10,000 per 17,000. This is for those fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward.
Yes, and you can see here the average par winning speed figure for this race is 68 points. Charles, a mile and 40 yards, the typical horse that wins at the distance and surface. Only 7 races so far during the current Tampa Bay Downs meet. Early speed does pretty well because 3 of the 7 got to the lead and they never gave it up. Pretty strong rail bias for the number 1 horse there. My First Date, 2 through 7 play fair. So far, nobody an 8 and out has won. Let's take a quick look here at the simulations we do for 1,000 races, looking at early speed to see who might have the lead at the quarter-mile marker. Based upon that early speed, who's likely to run a race that mirrors or matches previous strong or winning efforts. Par plus, we use speed figures. What percent of the time the horse runs better than the speed figure we showed you on the Brisnet sheets. The only one is the 1 horse. And then 1,000 simulations based upon speed figures to get a sense of what fair odds might look like. We want this number to be lower than post-time, lower than post-time odds, to find some value. Charles, what do you see in these Christmas tree colors?
Well, these Christmas tree colors, look at that one, a 41% chance getting that lead at the quarter pole, and I believe that to be true. The number 2, though, might have a say, might be pushing that horse along at 29%. When it comes to that simulation odds, boy, it looks pretty tight here. Let's see. It's nothing. No overlays here.
The one looks fairly well. No, the 1 is a little bit overlay from 0.6.
Yeah, but it's fairly priced.
Like 1 to 9, according to Probably going to go off about 1 to 9 too. No.
I don't know. We'll see.
Let's see what it is right now. Right now, that 1 horse.
1 to 2.
Yeah, so it's going to be a big favorite. But we could talk a second now. Once we go through our picks, let's take a look at some exacta prices. I did pull up the Excel sheet there. We also do pace handicapping here. So in race number 1, you can see most everybody wants to be middle back. That 1 horse, even though it's 1 to 2 so far, not within 5 lengths of the leader at the finish line. So maybe an upset brewing here, Charles, at a good price. Speed should do all right here, Charles. You get to the front, you should do okay. I mean, it's done well. Phone your mom, probably a good idea from time to time. I forget now and then. I look at my phone, it's been a week, and I'm like, damn, my mom, she's pissed at me. But there'll be plenty of early speed right in this race. They should be pretty contentious early on, which opens it up for horses that have a little late speed. Empire Girl right there, along with Exagadora. My First Date, that's in the mix too. Top total, Charles. Yeah, that one horse does rank out as the top, but I don't think he's worthy of 1 to 2. How about you?
Well, not really, but I do think he's the horse to beat in this race. So I have him on top and drops in class, second start after a layoff, and the trainer gets 16% with that angle. So, I mean, it's a maiden claiming, so it's tough. The 6 is my second choice. Ran third last time out. Does have some tactical speed. Moves up in class, but look at this. When he moves up in class, the trainer gets 22% with that angle. So, hey, I don't think moving up to class will hurt this horse. The 5, it will be closing. Well bred. Looks like he fits with this group. The 3 drops in class. Another one that will be closing. Second start after a layoff, so a little dangerous. But, I'm just going to try to get a little extra money for beer if I was at the track. So I would just put an ice cold 1 on top of the 6. I can't hear you. Are you on mute? Well, I don't know who.
I am on mute. I apologize, Charles. I had a cough, so I went to a cough break.
Oh,
so let's take a look at how this works, Charles. This is the sheet that I put together with your exacta. Here you're going 1-6 exacta, right? Is that right?
Yes.
Ice cold. So the one's odds right now are 3 to 5. So we would just type in 3 to 5 here, boom, and then on the other side, the 6 horse is 3 to 1, right?
Yep.
So we put in those odds. It says the fair value for that exacta, for $1, mind you, is $3.40. And right now, if we look at the 1 with the 6, the 1 being your winner and the 6 being your second place horse, that says it's $9. Charles is the payout there. So you're getting a value of $5.60. And now that number's actually gone to 7 to 2. So you're probably going to see a value go up even more.
Yeah.
So how about that, Mr. Charles?
That's
so
a value.
That's even though the 1 is 1 to 2, and now he's 1 to 2. So hold on, let's change that. Just make sure. But this is how it works. So the fair value is $3.25. The payout right now is $9, and you're getting $5.75 of value on that. So it's called excess return in the stock market world.
Yeah.
Anyway, my friend, what do you think about that?
I like it. I mean, it's something that especially with these short price horses, it's kind of, you're like, is it worth it? Is it not worth it? Now, showing that it is, to me, it's worth it. Maybe not for a lot of money, but it's worth taking a chance, like I said, to make a little beer money.
Yeah, you're getting more money than you should be getting, right? You're paying, you're paying 50 cents on the dollar almost. Well, My First Date did run the top last race speed. If you're going to drop in class, coming in from Gulfstream Park, if you've watched enough Tampa Bay Downs races, you'll know that the Gulfstream horses usually come in and run stronger speed figures than they do at Tampa. At Gulfstream. They go up at Tampa. Amarula Sun is another horse that's dropping from Gulfstream Park, is shipping in from the south, going to drop in weight, and also going to catch a little bit of a weight break and a decent Tampa Bay Downs workout. Exagadora, I don't know if I got that right. Going to be closing late. The fast track here is the key today, because on that surface, the horses run 6 times with a couple of seconds and thirds. Finally, Phone Your Mom. I'm going to take a flyer with that one, Charles. It's one of the most lightly raced horses in the field. Every single race so far, the horse has improved. Maybe some time off. Shipping up from Miami, or was it Hallandale Beach? Should make a pretty big difference in there. You like Christopher D'Souza likes the 5 with the 5-2-1 exacta box. So if we were to do, Charles, let me have the 5 horses odds real quick.
The 5 is 8 to 1.
And what is the 2 horse?
2 is 16.
16 to 1. So that fair value exacta should pay $137. And what is it? The 5, what is it? 5-2?
It's you said 8-2, right?
No, 5-2, I think we put
5-2 you did. You're right.
Yeah, 5-2, $65. So you're not getting any value on that. You should be getting a lot more value than you're getting on. You're actually losing $72 on that one. And the one horse right now is, was the other one? It was 2-5?
It's now 2-5 to 1.
So 2-5, the fair value on that bet, Christopher D'Souza, is 5 with the 1 is $15. So you are actually getting a little bit of value on the 5-1. So based upon that, the exacta bet I would make on that is the 5-1 exacta. What do you think? I think that's actually a pretty cool tool, Charles.
Yeah.
I think it's going to
Like
be very
you said,
helpful.
if you're losing $72 and you're risking, so you're risking your money. You want at least a positive return, at least.
Yeah, you want to get fair value for your bet, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to get less than you deserve. So a couple other quick things while we wait for the horses to get in the gate here for horse race number 1. Please head on over to horseracingtoday.net. Check out the website there. A lot of cool stuff from time to time. You'll also see HRT gear there, Charles. Get your family member who loves horse racing, who likes horse racing today. Head on over there and get them a little bit of horse racing today gear. Like here, we'll see you in the winner's circle. That's a pretty cool one. And you will get it by Christmas. And I got to tell you, every time I wear this shirt right here, people always ask me, where did you get that? So again, you can get our gear, help the show, and look great over on horseracingtoday.net. All right, my man, let's take a look at race number 1 and see what's about to go there.
They're all getting in the gate. At least 2 or 3 are in already.
Yes, in the odds right now on that one horse stand, because they're jumping all over the place, 2-5. The next up on the board is the 6 horse, 3-1. And then after that, you have the 5 horse at 8-1. Everybody else, double digits. So this would be an ideal race, Charles, to kind of go against that one horse and maybe do a backdoor exacta where you put it in second place and try to find some value with the exacta or daily double. We'll eventually put that calculator up on horseracingtoday.net. I'm going to see if I can use like Chat GPT or one of those AI tools to write a program and then put that program actually on horseracingtoday.net so folks can use it. They're off and running in the opener in sunny Tampa, Florida right now. The one horse has gotten close to the lead, although the 4 horse, the one that our projection said should contend early on, is right in that mix too there, Charles. It looks like the 5 horse is now in second place too. The 1 is on the rail. The 2 is on the outside. The 2 is way on the outside there, way in the back. Yeah, he's trying to really rush up because I think the 2 horse must have gotten either a bad break or the jockey feels like the pace is too slow. One or the other.
Honestly, I don't know what the jockey's thinking.
Yeah, I don't understand why you rush through the corner 4 wide. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense to me, but they do it all the time. And I mean, I don't ride the horses, so I don't know. The only time I rode a horse, it did what it wanted to do. So I suspect with these jockeys that sometimes they have a similar experience, that the horse just does what the horse wants to do.
That one's having a horrific trip right now.
Yeah, and it looks to me like
running up on heels, but had a check.
It looks like our friend here he comes now on the outside. And it looks like, I don't know where the 6 horse is going to be, but I think the 5 horse is going to run away with this one, Charles. Looks like Christopher D'Souza was right with that. And if that 1 horse can find his way into second place, he did find himself a nice value exacta. I don't know. That 1 horse might still chop down this 5 horse, Charles.
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think he's going to be honest with you.
Wow, that head. He's throwing his head. This horse does not really want to win.
Yeah, he ran right by him. That's I have to say, that's something else. 1, 5, 6, 3.
That horse, they need to straighten out that horse. That horse has head problems. The horse is running up on horses, checking. You saw it throw its head up a couple of times down the stretch. That means it was refusing to change leads. But it won. That's why it was a maiden stills, I guess. But
yeah, that 1 was much taller than the 5, a much bigger horse, and just ran like Charles said. I mean, that race was pretty horrible for that 1 horse, and still managed to run all the way around everybody.
And still won.
Yeah. And just tried to do everything you can do not to win.
Yeah, you tried everything in the world not to win. That was
All
pretty
right.
amazing.
Well, we're done with that race, Charles, with the 2 to 5 collecting the winner. We're not here to go 2 to 5s, Charles. We're here to do race number 2 and try to find something that will be at least 5 to 2.
Well, let's hope. I mean, race number 2, 7 furlongs. It's a claiming price of 8,000. Non-winners of 3 lifetime. Purse is 18,000. This is for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won 3 races.
Yes, indeed. And the average winning speed figure here is 74. That's the par number that you kind of try to want to beat. At 7 furlongs, Mr. Charles, again, speed should do pretty good. They've had 5 races, a handful of them, 4 of the 5. My math says that's 80%. Went wire to wire. Pretty strong rail bias for Rowdy Daisy. 2 and 3 play fair. 4 through 7, Charles, they get really squeezed. And then 8 and out. Pretty strong bonus on there as well. Speed matters in race number 2. Our simulations say that one of them is a little bit faster than all of the rest.
Yeah, well, we got the 5 at 54% chance of getting that lead at the quarter pole. Probably most likely, and that's how I have that horse as the leader at the quarter pole. But I also see the 1 sitting right there next to him. So it should be not an easy lead for the 5, but the 5 should have it. When it comes to simulation odds, we have the 4 slightly over 3 to 1, and we have 4.5 to 1 morning line. And then look at that 8. We have almost even money. And we have 4.5 to 1 morning line on that one. So that's a nice little overlay.
Yes, nice little overlay as well. You mentioned how the horses, 5 getting to the lead would have some company. Indeed, the 1 to 3 and the 6 want to get there, but how close will they be? Looks like the 6 horse, Our Love on the Run, Rowdy Daisy, Countless Dream, Child Proof, even Dance Step, the closer, the left arrow action right there. Charles could be involved. Late speed wise, the 5 horse, that speed horse. Man, look at that, Charles. If he gets to the lead, you might not be able to pass what you can't catch. That's a wire to wire candidate. And our top total pace horse here, Charles, is indeed Child Proof, about maybe a head and shoulders ahead of the 4 horse Countless Dreams. Charles, what do you think? Well, look at right here. You got the 6, the 4, 5, 6, and 8. They're a pretty good step ahead of the rest of the crew. So maybe that quartet there is your exacta trifecta box. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I do. I think that it could be a 4 horse race, but right now I'm looking at probably more like a 3 horse race. I have the 1 on top though, because of the tactical speed this horse has. I think he can sit second. And this horse drops in class today, cuts back in distance, which I like. The trainers get 17% when he goes from a route to a sprint. And then, of course, I like that 5 in the second spot here because of the speed. Ran second.
That horse is for you, Charles.
Which one?
The 5 horse.
Oh, Child Proof?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. They need my wife still does that around the house for me here, and we have no kids.
There you go.
I wonder why.
I'm on to something.
There it is.
You got to keep your fingers out of the electrical sockets, Charles. That explains everything.
No wonder she keeps on putting those things in there, and she gives me helmets to walk with. Anyway, so yeah, I like the 5 in the second spot. The 8 is my third choice here. There's another one that does have tactical speed. It could sit right around second or third also. Well bet last time, ran even last time. So I think this horse could be on the rise and be ready to rock and roll. And then the 6 is my final choice here. Another one that has tactical, but probably could sit just as close, if not closer, than the 1 or the 8. But it ran even last time out and totally fits with this group. And I'm going to start a pick 4 right there with my top 3. And then I'm going my top 4 picks in the second leg, third leg, top 3. And then I got a big single on that fourth leg.
Yep, the Keystone 4 in the back end, the one that holds it all together. Look at the 8 horse, Charles. 33% chance to run a speed figure above par. Strongest in the group, more than everybody else put together. And then you got a couple of them in here. The 2 and the 6, Our Love on the Run, should be really comfortable with the way this race goes in terms of speed. I like the 5 horse to go wire to wire here. Should be close to the lead, if not on the lead. Is your top total pace horse. Is your top last race speed figure horse. That was in the first race after a little bit of R&R. And if you rewind through the resume, it says the second race will be better than the first race. Dan Stepp, the 8 horse, does have some of the strongest late pace in the field. Has, as we mentioned, by far the best par plus score in there, and is also your simulation favorite. I should have probably put that one in my pick 4. Rowdy Daisy, the 1 horse, does get an opportunity to take advantage of that rail, does have the ability to get forward, and on the fast track, this horse has done well. 10 races, hitting the board in 7 of those 10, 2 wins, 3 seconds, 2 thirds. Finally, Countless Dreams, the 4 horse, probably has the most back class in this field, Charles, making her classic third start off a layoff, a little bit of a overlay there from 4 to 5 to 3 to 5, and touches all the other boxes in there. Chance to be forwardly placed, good chance to run a par plus score, and decent C zone as well. I'm going to single up the 5 on the wire-to-wire effort here, Charles. 4 out of 5 went wire-to-wire. This one's going to be on the lead. Then the 3, 4, 8, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 4 in the back end. That is just the condiments on my hot dog. Pick 4, my friend. Race 2, Charles D'Souza saying, guess what? The both of you are wrong. The 7 horse is going to win, and the 8 or 5 will finish second. Race 3, Charles, in a 9-race card. What are we cooking?
7 furlongs, claiming price of 5,000. Non-winners of 2 in a year. Purses of 18,500. And this is for 3-year-olds and upward, which have not won 2 races since June the 6th.
Yes, 1 full race around the track. You can see here, they're going to start in the back, all the way in the back, come all the way around to the front here. This one might require a pretty good effort with the average winning speed figure being around 83. That's a good par number there, Charles. 7 furlongs does favor horses, as we mentioned, with early speed. 4 out of the 5 going wire to wire. Post position, Commodore Barry will get a good trip, most likely, because the rail's done well. 2 and 3 have played fair. 4 through 7, again, difficult spot to be in. And then 8 and out has outperformed. Charles, in race number 3, you want some speed. And with the 1 scratching, man, the 4 and the 5 look like they'll be battling it out.
Yeah, it does look like that. The 4 has a 44% chance getting the lead. The 5 does have a 22% chance of getting the lead. I personally think the 4 will get the lead. When it comes to simulation odds, we have that 2 just slightly under 5 to 1. We have 6 to 1 morning line. We have the 3 at just slightly under 4 to 1. We have 4.5 to 1 morning line. And the 8 slight, just barely there.
Yeah, look at a morning line maker, man. Spot on in this race, according to our simulations, for sure. Yeah, you mentioned the 4 and the 5 probably going to go out with each other. But if you look at the C-zone score in there, Charles, it looks like the 4 will be more comfortable than the 5. Up on the lead, although the 4 is a bit of an overlay there. As far as horses that have a chance to run better than that 83, only 3 of them, and small chances. So this group is likely to bring that par figure down and not build on it, my man. Our pace setup does look like most folks want to be in the back, middle back, Charles. 4 out of the 7 are closers. The 7 horse, being a PC type, wants to either be in the middle or close, but does have some versatility. So if the 4 or the 8 can get to the front, Charles, they got a good shot to go all the way around the track. And it does look like Beast or Famine will play the role of Rabbit early on. At the end of the race, Sir Khan, Litigant, Warcross, well, pretty much all of them except Political Riot have some late race ability. 4 horse not all that far off there up on the lead. Total pace does favor Beast or Famine. 5 points clear of Litigant. That means the 4 horse gets up on the lead, stays on the lead, and wins comfortably by a length if pace matters. Charles, did it matter in your selections?
Well, I do think this is the wide open race. And if you go back in my pick 4, I did take off 4 horses here. I mean, I like the 8. It drops in class today. This horse cuts back in distance. He got a hot jockey last 7 days. And that tactical speed, I think this horse could be sitting in the catbird seat type of thing and be ready to rock and roll, hoping that 4 backs up at him. The 3 is my second choice. Second start after a layoff. Another one that does have some tactical speed that sits second or third. Drops in class today. But then there's the 4 is my third choice. This one does have the speed, as we just finished talking about. This is the scary horse. If this horse can hang on, then I think no one's going to catch him. But if he starts getting weak legs coming around that turn, I don't even know if he'll hit the board. The 5 blinkers come off of the 5, which means they want them to relax a little bit. And you got a second start after a layoff, and it looks like it totally fits with this group. So it's a wide open race, in my opinion.
And you're not betting on it. All right. I like the 4-horse, Charles. Get to the lead, stay on the lead, make it. I think the 5-horse is going to go wire to wire in the race before this. So 4-horse goes wire to wire in this one. That'll make it 6 of 7 that go wire to wire at 7 furlongs. Lone E, everybody else wants to be middle back, has the most early speed. Again, wire to wire. Warcross, the 8-horse, Tampa Bay Downs. Done well 5 times, 2 wins, 2 seconds. This one's making your favorite handicapping angle, Charles. 3rd start after a layoff. Number 3, Chai Quirin. This one most likely has the most backclass in this race, Charles. Going to be close to the front here. If the 4 doesn't go wire to wire, wouldn't be surprised if the 3 tries to do it. Finally, the 5-horse Litigant. Last race on paper looks pretty crappy, but if you look at the fractions and the space between it and the leader, horse might have run just a little bit faster. At worst, the same fractions last time out. So expect some improvement in the second start after layoff. I'm going to go $5 exacta straight up with that 4 going wire to wire, with the 3 or the 8 bringing home the place prize, Charles. Learning from you at those ice cold stuffs, my man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's try race number 4. Almost to the middle of the card here, Charles. The absolute middle's in the next one. What are they doing here?
Well, 6 furlongs, maiden claiming.
Oh, yes.
At 25,000 this time. Purse is at 22,000. And this is for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward. That's it.
Yep. And again, just looking at the average par number, we're looking at a 77. So it is a slot machine par. We just need one more there, Charles. 777.
That's
Get
right.
that progressive jackpot. Have you ever won money on the slots?
I really don't play slots.
Yeah, nor do I. I don't know anybody who has won money on slots, but people just sit there and ring those machines all night long, right?
Yep.
Maybe someone who's won something in the comments section. Let us know the secret. I saw on TV one time there's like some pattern to your coins that you have to get right to hit it. Like that's the algorithm. Anyway, race number 4, 6 furlongs. Early speed does pretty good here too, Charles. 40% of the time, wire to wire. Another strong rail bias. Commodore Barry won't get that position, but maybe Erlan will take advantage of it. 2 and 3 have played fair. 4 through 7, again, really big penalty. 8 and out, a really big bonus. Charles in race number 4. Let's take a look at our race setup here, Charles. It does look like a fairly speed matters. The one on the rail, looking for some mints, won't be looking for the lead.
Yeah, well, that one, if that one pops the gate, it's going to get to the lead at the quarter pole at 51% chance. But look out for that 5. I really think that 5 might have a little bit of a say in that. So, I mean, and possibly the 7, but I think the 5 might have a say in that when it comes to getting the lead. When it comes to simulation odds, well, do we have anybody? The 5 at just slightly under even money. We have 2.5 to 1 with that horse. That's a nice little overlay. We have the 7 at 4 to 1, and we have 8 to 1 morning line.
So I've been meaning to ask you, Abtruse Allen, that 10 horse that you locked in at 7 to 1 fixed odds, that horse won easy. How did that make you feel, my man? What did you do with that? And our good friend Scary Creations won $8,000 on a slot machine in Bossier City, Louisiana. Dollar machine. Was shocked. I would be stunned too if I won $8,000. I went to Vegas and I won $5,000 playing blackjack. So I was all jacked up about that, Charles. It rained in Chicago. In my old apartment building, Chicago has a lot of recessed streets because when they built the city, the sewer system, they built it higher than some of the lower like parts of it. So none of it was under grade, but they built the sidewalk and stuff up to get the sewer system in. And anyway, so when I was in Vegas, my house sat like in this pool, and the neighbors next to me were doing some construction, and they broke the drainage tile, and the pool filled up with water. came underneath the door into my apartment building where I had over $5,000 in damage. So I thought I won $5,000, just came home to spend it on fixing water damage.
Oh,
I was shocked both ways. That sucked. Anyway, race number 4, our race shape, Charles, we're looking at, again, everybody kind of want to be middle back. Nobody's showing the initiative so far to be kind of the pace setter and going out to get it. A lot of these type of races, you get to the lead, you get to the winner's circle. It does look like Looking for Mints and Nice Baby. Those two will be battling it out. I give the advantage to the one horse because it's got the inside. 6 is going to have to clear a couple of horses that have some pretty similar type speed, although that late pace needs to improve a lot. Unified Princess, along with La Bafana, the one you think has a good shot to be on the front, Charles. They have the most late speed, considerably better than the rest of the field. Of course, we don't know what Gator 25 is going to do. Our total pace says La Bafana, 6 points clear of the rest of the pack, should win this race by about a length and maybe a tail. Charles, do you think La Bafana will win this race? No, you don't even have it in the mix.
No. This whole race was a big, I think it's just wide open. I think here you're going to see some prices. That 2, I'm leaning towards a 2. Ran third last time, and it was even also. Blinkers, that they put on the blinkers last time on it, and it did help this horse. So second time on blinkers, I think is going to be the key to this horse. Does have that tactical, so I think he's going to have to keep up a little bit closer to today than he did last time, but I think that'll help. The 6, blinkers come off, but it does show speed when it has blinkers on. So is it going to slow down is the next question when they take the blinkers off. They're trying to calm him down. Horse does drop in class. Got a hot trainer last 14 days.
So since we came alive, Charles, I think the 2 is scratched. He's not in the race.
Oh, okay.
My Cherie Amour, the Stevie Wonder horse, is on the sidelines. He can't find his way to the track.
Cannot get there.
No.
You're right. It is scratched.
That's all right, my man. So you like the 6, 7, 4. Who else do you like? I'll fix it in on the bottom while you go ahead.
I don't know right now. I have to go back and look at my things real quick. But I would probably throw in the 1.
Well, I think that's a good idea. I would vote for the 1.
I think the 1 was it. Yeah.
So race number 4, you're going 6, 7, 4, 1. All right.
Yeah.
We're going to fix that right now so that it's reflected. Look at that on the screen. It's the great thing about Google Sheets. Thank God for technology.
But then, so my third choice here, actually my second choice now is the 7. Blinkers come off. That horse also drops in class. Tactical speed totally fits with this group. The 4, another one that drops in class today. It looks like it can hang with the best of them. And I don't have nothing to really write up about that 1, but I think it totally fits with this group. So we'll see.
But you can take Scary's comments on the 1. He's going to go with the 1. Longing for Mints, coming in from Gulfstream Park. That's true. Reclaim for the trainer. That's true. Hoping it's going to show speed and wire the field. I think it's going to show speed. The question is, will it wire the field? That's the that's what we get paid to do when the race is over.
And it is dropping in class. So
I'm going to go with that 6 horse, Nice Baby, as I top. First up for this horse, after a little bit of a class drop, has the speed, Charles. 3 maintenance works, prepping. Yeah, maybe the horse will be up on the front. Number 5, La Bifana, maybe the most upside in this field, Charles, and catches a little bit of weight break to go along with that giddy up and go. Open Sky, the 7 horse at Tampa Bay Downs, ran there 5 times, finished 3rd in 4 of them. So where else do you put it? In 3rd. Does have an overlay, strong C-zone score for that guy as well, and also one that could be involved early on. And then finally, the 1 horse, Scary, I'm on that one as well. It's got that rail advantage. It's got that speed, taking the class drop. It's got a good price. Let's see if it can get to the lead comfortably and just go from gate to wire. You see in my trifecta, I put that 1 in there in case. 1, 5, 6 with the 5, 6 with the 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I actually played my trifecta a little bit out of order there.
Well, I would be putting the 1 in my trifecta and place the 2. So
all right, so let me go ahead and do that. So the 1 horse for Charles. So everything is reflective and accurate now. It's the way we want it to be. Good quality control. Thank you. All the way from England. Race number 5, Charles, is first time we see a bunch of scratches. I think this one's on the turf, if I remember correctly.
Yes. First of all, we have 4 minutes to race number 2.
So we'll go fast.
Yeah, race number 5. We have mile 16th turf. The maiden claiming at 16,000. Purse is 20. This is for 3-year-olds and upward.
Yes, and at the distance, what we're looking for in terms of the average or typical winner, the typical winner, Charles, on the turf does run a speed figure about 73 points. 7 races, stalkers and closers have done the best. There's a pretty strong rail advantage for Mintanan. 2 and 3 play fair. 4 and 7 get a bonus. Nobody's won from 8 or out. Speed probably doesn't make a difference here, Charles, but it does look like a lot of it's on the inside, though others will contend as well.
Yeah, there's plenty of speed in here. I think the one at the 37% chance, but the 2 it's got a 22% chance, and there's a couple others in there. Excuse me, that just really will keep it really honest. I think the pace. So when it comes to simulation odds, we have the 2 at slightly under 4-1. We have 5-1 morning line, and we have that 4 at just slightly over 2-1. We have 5-1 morning line, and then I think the 10. I thought there was one more.
Yeah, about the same.
Just almost on the money. It's just slightly under 6-1. We do have 6-1 morning line though.
Yeah, you got that one going to get out to the lead. Should be comfortable on the lead. The strongest C-zone score in there. Quite a few of them that should be able to hit that par figure speed number wise. Race shape real quick. Race number 5, pretty balanced. The 8 horse in here is the one that's going to be the shocker early on, or the unknown. It does look like Minitin, the one on the rail, should be the one that's about maybe 3/4 of a length ahead of the rest of the field. They're coming down the stretch. Tuminga, I think that was actually scratched, if I remember correctly. So that means American Day will be the horse that's coming at the end. Looking at our total pace, Gun Right, the 2 horse, 4 points clear of Minton. American Day, pretty competitive race though here, Charles. Most of them within a few points of one another. That means a misstep, a block trip, any sort of stuff like that could upset a chance to win. Wide open race. What do you got?
I really like the 4 here. I think it's setting it up 100% for this horse. Ran 3rd last time out, drops in class today, 3rd start after a layoff. Hot jockey last 7 days, and it does have that tactical speed to sit right there and pounce when its time comes. I think this race is really setting up for this horse, especially with all the speed in this race. The 2 is my second choice. Ran 3rd last time also, drops in class, does have that speed, so this one will be up there 1st or 2nd for sure. The trainer gets 10% going from dirt to turf. So that's not too bad. And then the 6 horse is my 3rd choice here. This horse ran 3rd last time also. Got a hot jockey last 7 days. Tactical speed, but this one probably is going to be sitting more like 4th or 5th. The 10 horse is my final horse here. This horse drops in class today. This one does close, so it does fit with this group, but I really think it's setting it up for that 4, so that's why I'm going with $20 win on the 4 today.
Gun Right, going to drop in class, the 2 horse, going to be closing at the end, and I'm expecting a good run from this horse. Some improvement since it hasn't started since last May. Swinging Sammy on the roids, hitting some home runs with Mark McGuire, but that's all right. That was when baseball was popular. This one did run the top last race speed figure, going to drop in class. Last time out, showed some late race enthusiasm, more so than it had before. So we'll see if that can continue, that momentum in the 3rd start after a layoff. Minton and pace setter, really here, Charles. And aside from the 6 horse, maybe the 2 horse, I don't think all the others are really going to push it. So you get to the lead, run some modest fractions, maybe can steal this one on the lead. Find the American Day. This one is a track dropper and a class dropper, Charles, with consistent works, prepping for his first race since late September. Trifecta 1, 2, and 4 with the 2-4 with the 1, 2, 4, 6, and 10. Let's rewind back to race number 2. So that race is about to kick off, Charles. Looking at the odds right now in race number 2, the 6 horse is your favorite. Oh, is that race number 2? That's the wrong race. Race number 2 is the 5 horse at 8-5. That is the favorite. It's the one I feel could go wire to wire. Next up is that 3 horse, Charles, Rowdy Daisy. And then you got the 4 horse at 5-1. the 6 horse at 5-1, and the 8 horse at 5-1. So pretty much a lot of consolidation for second and third. Should we take a look at some exactas again here, Charles?
Let's check out your exacta and my exacta.
All right. So I can't see it. So tell me what the exactas are here again.
You were, I can't see it either.
Right, so
you were at 5-8, I think it was.
mine is 5-8. Yes. So let's put the 5 and the 8 in. What are the odds on the 5 and the 8?
The 5
is 3-2, and the 8 is 5-1.
Mm-hmm.
And that one's paying off with the 5 and the 8. Wow, Charles, this might be a misprint, I think. The 5-8's paying $30. And it says that the fair value there is $10. That's a steal, Mr. Charles.
Yes, it is. What about 1-5 then?
The 1 horse is going off at 3-1.
3-1, and then you got
5 at 7-5.
7-5.
7-5. So we're looking at again the 1-5.
Yeah.
The 1 with the 5 is $9. So you're getting a little bit of value.
A little bit.
80 cents in value.
Mm-hmm.
That 5-8, Charles, looks like a pretty good bet from a value standpoint. You're getting excess return over what that exacta should be. And if you guys like that calculator, let us know in the comment section. We are going to do our best to make it available over at horseracingtoday.net. I just got to figure out how to do the programming and get it up there. It's not my forte. All right. The 6 horse has indeed gone to the lead here. Charles, I don't like when I pick a horse to go on the lead and it doesn't, and it's supposed to. That's
6-4-1. Now the 4's got the lead.
Yeah, it's usually never a good sign when I want a horse to go to the lead and it doesn't go to the lead. And but they are running a little bit on the quick side. 24 seconds, under 24 seconds. How long is this race again, Charles? 7 furlongs. So maybe a little bit quick for this crew. I'm not sure. 4 horse continues to hold the lead. The 8 horse on the outside is going to be coming. Looks like that one might be your winner. The 5 horse surely hasn't really gotten involved yet. The 1 horse is coming along. These horses, the 5 horses being asked to come. He ain't coming. Jockey's kind of standing up a little bit, trying to see if he can get that horse to do something different. I don't know that he's going to be able to get him to do anything different, Charles. Right now, that 4 horse continues to hold the lead in there. Countless Dreams, my friend, is going to run away with this one, it looks like. It's going to go 4, 6, 8. I think something along those lines. 4, 6, 8. And then the 3 horse. The 5 didn't get to the lead. The 4 horse, Charles, did have, we talked about this, it touched every box. A little bit of an overlay. Was a strong chance to go par plus. Would have a shot to be on the lead. Decent C-zone. And in race number 2, where did that one rank out? It ranked out as the second best total pace horse. And that one went off at 7-1. And our fair value on that one was 7-2. So you got a ton of value on that 4 horse, Charles. And unfortunately, neither one of us put him in our pick 4.
Nope.
Yeah, I just put a little bit of money on this one because I felt like it was kind of wide open. That's the good thing about the data, though. I mean, it's there for you.
My pick 4 is not a big pick 4. I mean, it's.
Yeah, some of my bigger bets are coming up. So,
yeah.
All right, my man, 4 races to go. Speaking of a pick 4, we probably put a little bit more money to work, both of us, on that one. In the late pick 4, Charles, how's it going to start?
Well, it's 6. The 6th race is a 1.16 miles, claiming price of $8,000. Non-winners of 2 life. Purse is $18,000. This is for 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races.
Speed figure that's going to be required at least average 77. Charles, at 1 mile and a 16th. They've only run 2 races. One of the horse is one wire to wire. The other one was co-piloting. So either the pilot or the co-pilot through 2 so far. One of them won on the rail. So if Frosty Soldier can get to the lead, might have a chance to do that. The other one won from 4 through 7, Charles. So a little bit of speed could go a long way here, my friend. Who's got the most?
All right. Well, it looks like that 8 horse has a 32% chance of getting that lead at the quarter pole. Probably most likely, probably true. I think the 3 will push him along, though, a little bit myself, but the 8 should have that lead. When it comes to simulation odds, The 1, slightly over even money. We have 2-1 morning line. The 7, just under 6-1. We have 8-1 morning line. That's a nice little overlay. And then the 8 itself, look at that, 4-1 and 8-1 morning line.
Yeah, good overlays there. In the race shape for the sixth race here, the opener, you have the 8 horse that wants to be on the lead. These guys want to pressure. 1, 6, 7 want to close. Lone speed. Everybody wants it. Does the 8 have lone speed, Charles? It does. It's a few points ahead of Villager Preacher, but really not a big gap between all of them except for the 6 horse. So they'll probably be bunched up as the race gets started. At the end of the race, Frosty the Soldier, right time of year for that guy. Dial them up, Village Preacher, Sydney's Bid, all within a couple of points of each other. Pretty clear of the rest of the group there. And then finally, your total pace horse. Looks like 3 of them are a class above the rest. The 1, the 2, and the 8. Charles, so those 3, maybe your exacta trifecta box in that. What do you say?
Well, I do like the 2 and the 1 for sure. I like the 2 on top, but I think it's a 2-horse race in my opinion. This horse ran 3rd last time out. Has that tactical speed like we just finished seeing. Could sit there like 3rd or 4th. And the best thing about this horse, if you look at his races, its speed ratings have been getting better and better every time it runs. Not like astronomically, but every time it's getting a little bit better, a little bit better. So I think there's still room for improvement, but I think he's on the right track. The 1 is my second choice here. Second start after a layoff. Trainer gets 20% at first after a claim. You got a hot jockey last 7 days. So I really think it's between those top 2, in my opinion, in this race. The 3 is my third choice here. Ran even last time out. Another one that has some tactical, but probably more on the closing side of it. Fits with this group. The 6 will definitely be closing. The trainer, one thing negative about this horse is the trainer does have 0 wins this year.
It's like me.
So, hey, that's okay, I guess. I mean, as long as he didn't have like 100 tries out.
Like 1,000 races.
Yeah.
No wins, no places, no shows.
Like, as long as he's not a Zito, okay? But he's only had like 20 tries at, trying to get a win. So, but this horse looks like it totally fits with this group.
And then you got to pick 4, 2 by 2 by 4 by 4. There you go.
Yep.
It's a exponentially parallel. I like the 1 horse in here, Charles. I was really thinking about singling that in my pick 4. The 1 horse being Frosty the Soldier. Had a very Frosty the Snowman anyway. Did tie for the top last race speed figure, and the resume says that the second start after layoff is going to be better than the first one. The Village Preacher, much like the 1 horse, tied for that top last race speed figure, much like the 1 horse, also making its second start after a layoff. But if you just kind of look through the races, the 1 has more back class than the 2. Sydney's Bid could be that lone E horse in here. Charles has a strong chance to be on the lead, does have an overlay and a decent par plus, the second best par plus in there. Tucker Road, the 3 horse, bad break at the beginning of its last race, went wide. That wasn't good. Has a really strong workout since. So a cleaner trip for a horse that looks like it's primed in here, Charles, for the 3 horse. Again, I kind of went a little bit different. I went the 1 and the 8 instead of the 2 horse to start off my pick 4. I feel like if the 8 can jump to the lead, it could upset both the 1 and the 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 4, 1, 5, 7. So I did a little bit different variation of the 2 by 2 by 4 by 4, Charles. 2, 4, 2, 4, alternate steps. Kind of like a beat in music, I guess.
That's right.
Let's see. We see Scary Creations. You always got to look out for him. Taking a small stab with the 7. Il Maladrino. Going to track drop. Maybe a new track will make him up, make him better, wake him up. Trainer 33% at this track. And Albo number 8 at 10-1 fixed here. I have to dabble. Yeah, you got to dabble on that one because I think if he gets to the lead there, Abtrusi's got a good shot to stay there. Race number 7 is the next one on our card, Charles. Again, one on the grass.
Another one on the grass. It's mile 16th on turf. This one's for the first time today. We got an allowance race. Allowance of 25,000. Purse is 23.5, and this is for 3-year-olds and upward, which have started for a claiming price of 25,000 or less and which have never won 2 races.
All right. So that trainer doesn't qualify. Well, he would qualify for that from a trainer standpoint. And again, at 1 mile and a 16th on the grass, they've run 7 of them. Stalkers and closers have done the best. Only 1 of the 7 got the lead, stayed on the lead, and finished the job. Good rail bias for Coronova. 2 and 3 play fair. 4 through 7, they get a bonus too. And so far, if you've worn that pink 8 or out, you haven't won yet, Charles. In race 7, maybe tactical speed helps, but Dark and Fitzy, boy, that one could have a good advantage early on and make it tough for the rest.
Yeah, we have that. Yeah, the 3 is 55% chance of getting the lead at the quarter pole. So I think this one's definitely the leader at the quarter pole. The question is, can he hang on? We'll see. Simulation odds, we have the 2 at 3-1, and we have 5-1 morning line. The 4 is even money. We have 2-1 morning line, and that's it when it comes to overlays on our simulation odds.
Yeah, and to go along with that even money status for Kingfish Stevens, 41% chance to score a speed figure above par, and then the Bold Advance, the 2-horse, the only other in there. A bunch of them in here got some nice green for the C-zone, so I don't expect this race to be all that fast. Everybody should be kind of comfortable with the pace early on. In race 7, as we take a look at the way the shape works, you got 3 that want to be on the front and 4 that want to be on the back. So a barbell race, as I call it. Charles, the question is, do the few up front have enough speed to separate themselves from the pack? And it does look like the 3 and the 7 could do that, Dark and Fitzy, and the 7 being a closer. So that would make it a left arrow horse, Charles, one that's normally towards the back, but it's normal early speed, puts it closer to the front. Or late speed, you got 3 of them in here that are pretty good late speed, but the 2 and the 9 stand out above the rest. 6 points clear the rest of the field. These 2 front runners, Charles, if they can get up on the front, they have the legs to stay there at the end. Total pace, you have the 3 and the 2. Those 2 about 5-6 points clear of 3:09. That means the 2 and 3 should be bobbing heads at the finish line about a length ahead of the rest. Charles, do you see it that way?
Well, I see the 3 up there, definitely, but I like that 5 a little bit. I think that horse has got some talent here. It has that tactical speed. It can sit closer. That's all it has to do is sit closer than normal. Ran second last time out. Bred for the turf. I mean, this horse does very well on turf. The 3, as we just finished talking, has the speed. Look out. Hot jockey last 7 days. Well bet last time. I think it's a 2-horse race personally. And then the 2 ran third last time out. Hot jockey last 7 days. They're trying the turf today. So there's the unknown for that horse. And then the 4 drops in class today, cuts back in distance, does have some tactical speed to sit right there in the mid pack. Second start after a layoff, so it puts him right there in the thick of things also.
I'm going to start with that 3-horse, Dark and Fitzy. This one has run on the Tampa Bay turf 3 times, a win in a couple of seconds. As you mentioned, going to be out front there. Does the old speed and fade, but I don't think he's going to have to work too hard for the pace here and has some of the most late pace to boot. So if he can get away with reasonable fractions, maybe 2 out of 8 go wire to wire. Bold Advance, the early pace is good enough to rate right off the pace here and does have a tie for the most late speed along with the top last race speed figure. Kingfish Stevens, this one's a class dropper from the NYRA circuit, does have a Tampa Bay dirt run, by far the best par and sim numbers. And finally, Wrecking Ball, the 5-horse. Either of its 2 races at Tampa are probably good enough, decent maintenance work since its last race. And interestingly enough, the 7-horse Las Alzas is my next pick. And then our good friend Scary Creations over here saying he loves, in capital letters, loves the 7-horse in here. Los Alzas, trainers winning at a 43% clip. Practical joke horse, stretched out last time out on synthetic. It made it look easy. And if that synthetic form transfers to the grass form, and other bettors see this, they might not get 20-1, Charles. Maybe one that we should put in our pick 3s instead.
Need a long shot, definitely.
Yeah, I'm going to do a $5 pick 3, 2, 3, 4. You know what I'm going to do, Charles? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, Charles.
Here it is.
I'm going to guarantee that the 7 is your winner. Scary, you convinced me. I'm going to take out that 4. I'm going to throw in the 7. I'm with you, buddy. Let's go ahead and hit a big one. 2, 3, 7 with the 1, with the 5 and 10. We'll celebrate when the 7 comes home first. All right, Charles, 2 to go. The beginning of the late double starts in race number 8. And what are they going to do here?
Well, this is the race for 6 furlongs, claiming price of $10,000. Purse is $23,000. This is for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward. Pretty simple.
Early in the meet, yeah, they're keeping the conditions pretty basic to make it easy for us. 6
well,
furlongs.
At the end of the year, it's kind of like now this is when people claim horses, so they're trying to make it simple, instead of all confusing.
Typical speed figure that wins is 78 in here, Charles. Typical horse that wins has some early speed, 39. Go wire to wire. Who's the best number 39 in football? Would you say Larry Zonka? Was he 39, Charles?
Oh God, I don't know.
I think that might be the best 39 ever in football. Strong rail bias for La Chica Lateral. 4 through 7, the penalty 2 through 3 are fair. 8 and out, they get a big bonus, Charles. So a little bit of inside speed could go a long way in race number 8. And with the 3-horse scratch, and that 4 moves inside, and he will be up front.
Yeah, the 4. 61% chance of having the lead at the quarter pole. Probably most likely will. And it's going to be tough to catch. Everyone else does have okay speed, but this one has very good speed.
Jet speed, insane bolt speed.
Well, but it does quit sometimes. So it's not like this horse could always hang on for that. When it comes to simulation odds, we have, let me see, what do we have? Do we have anything?
Just the 7.
Just slightly under even money. We got 2.5 to 1.
And that's 7. Look at that. Not only does it have a sim odd status as your favorite, 62% chance, more than the rest of the field added up to run a speed figure above par. That's a pretty good number in there, Charles. And the C zone's all right on that one too, along with the 8 and the 1 and the 4. So 4 should be really comfortable on the lead. There's another one of those that we said checks almost all the boxes, almost fair value, good par plus on the lead, going to enjoy being the pace setter. Will it be the pace setter? It doesn't need the lead there either, too, Charles. It's an EP type. So Little Miss Camille can win from the front or just sit right off the pace and see if the 6 horse is the one indeed that wants to take that case. But no, it is Little Miss Camille. That one is about a length and ahead of the rest of the field with its normal early speed. Although these numbers in the mid-80s and up, that means those horses probably are going to try to be aggressive early as well. That could make it a shape that does benefit Soler, that 7 horse, with that pretty strong late pace advantage over the rest of the field. Performance anxiety, that one has some late speed as well. Our total pace, early pace, Soler about head and shoulders ahead of liking it twisted, and performance anxiety. 2, 7, and 8, they look again like they're a little bit clear of the rest of the pack. Could be a pace exacta trifecta. Neither one of us has the 2, but we both have the 7 and 8.
Yeah, this is an interesting race. There's going to be some about 4 or 5 horses in here I think are going to get claimed, and one of them will be the 4. The 4 has speed, drops in class today, hot jockey last 7 days. Trainer gets 21%, 90+ days of rest. That's pretty good. The one last time out, well bet. The rail gets 28%. Trainer gets 16% with 90+ days of rest. The 7 itself, one last time out. This one's more of the closer of the group. Trainer gets 28% when he takes them all weather to dirt. And then the 8, another one that I think it'll be a good claim. Just open up your wallet there, Rich. Maybe we get Scary Creations. It seems like he likes horses a lot.
Well, he can take that money from the slot machine and go
buy. Yeah, he can take all that money that he won and just buy this horse outright.
Mm-hmm. Well, that would be a hell. I mean, there's a casino there. If you were in the casino at Tampa Bay, is there a casino there? I don't remember. I was there. I don't recall. But I think that, because when you go online, it says there's a casino. But anyway, if there's a casino there and you went in and you hit a slot machine for like 10 grand and there was a $5 grand claimer, would you go buy a horse with your money?
Me, yes.
All right. Anyway, go ahead.
I don't know if it's wise to do that, but that's what I'd be doing.
Well, you're in there gambling the first place, so I mean,
Yeah,
it doesn't
why not?
necessarily mean we're absolute Deegans. All right,
But
I
yeah,
like or Deegans. I don't know how you. I'm going to go with Deegan. It just sounds better.
Deegan, yeah. Anyway, the 8 won last time out. This is another horse. Speed ratings is getting better and better every time. And if you look at this horse's record for the year, 16 tries, 11 times in the money. And this horse has not taken off any kind of major breaks. So, that's why I did a try box. I think any of these 4 could, we could win. And I think it's a good shot at doing a try with some prices in there. Yeah, let's get out some claiming money and let's do it.
I have La Chica Lateral, did run the top last race speed figure at Gulfstream Park. And, so many times you see the Gulfstream Park horses come in, do exceptionally well, and do better at Tampa Bay Downs. But this one's already run at Tampa Bay Downs a couple of times and won those races in easy fashion. Charles going wire to wire and has that strong rail bias. Soler, the 7-horse Gulfstream Park shipper as well, my friend. Trying the first time at Tampa Bay Downs, weight drop. And as we mentioned, did I mention the Gulfstream shippers that come up north? They tend to do good. Performance anxiety has a lowercase Z pattern last time out. Early pace, little dip in the middle, second wind at the end of the race. The early pace was an improvement from the prior start, as was the late pace. And the speed number has been climbing in the last couple of starts. Little Miss Camille does have that 6-point early pace edge over the rest of the field. Charles, Sim says the pace setter, likely to be the pace setter, has some decent works for its first race since August. This one runs well off the bench. In fact, the last time it had a similar break, Charles, it came back and won by 3 lengths. I'm going to go 1 trifecta 2 as well. 178, 17 with the 1, 2, 4, 7, 8. Though I do worry myself about that 4-horse getting to the lead, staying on the lead, and not relinquishing the lead at the end. Last race of the day, if that 4 does win, Charles, race number 9 will be the back end of that daily double, and this one's likely to be over in a blink.
Yeah, pretty much. This is probably the race of the day to watch. 5 furlongs turf, optional claimer of 32,000, non-winners of 2. And this is a purse for $54,000. This is for fillies, mares, 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races other than maiden, claiming, starter, or state bred, or which have never won 3 races or optional claiming price of $32,000.
So you can see Miss Melody is in for a price, and they all in for a price, Charles.
There's like 3 of them.
Yeah, the 4-horse is not in for a price. You see that right there on the Brisnet sheets, in case you're wondering. The typical speed figure is 82 here. On a 5 furlong affair, Charles, so far they ran 1 of them. You can probably imagine that one race did go wire to wire. It was from post position 8 and out. 1 really is not a data set, Charles, but if speed does hold up once again, looks like the 3 and the 4 are the ones that have the best chance to make it 2 wire-to-wire wins in a row.
Yeah, this is a speed race. Remember, everybody, this is 5 furlongs. We got the 3 at 34%, the 4 at 31%. So it's like who breaks the best? Pretty much is going to get the lead at that quarter pole. But like you said, watch out for the 1 possibly, and even the 8. They got some speed also. So I wouldn't count them out 100%. When it comes to simulation odds, we have the 4 at just slightly under 8-1 and it's 10-1 morning line. And then we have the 7 at just slightly under 3-1 and it's 10-1 morning line. There's an overlay for you. Mm-hmm. And then the 8 at 4-1 and 15-1 morning line. So we got some overlays in this race.
Yeah, Charles wants that one to win for sure. Our speed chart to our pace chart, most of these horses want to be middle back, Charles, so it could favor this quartet up front. The 8-horse doesn't need to lead. He's your lone EP type, so he can let all these others. And anytime you get a Sesame Street horse, especially in the EP or the PC zones, those horses can at times be deadly in terms of their ability to outrun what they look like on paper. Our total early speed, look at that, the 1 and the 3. They're going to get after it. I don't know that the 1's actually going to do it, Charles. He might let the 3 pull the card early on because he is a PC, so he's got some versatility as well, Miss Melody. A lot of, if the speed doesn't hold up, Charles, it does look like Bahamian Moon, Insatiable. I mean, look, there are a lot of them are all packed up here, except for the 2 speed horses. And the question is, do the speed horses fade out of the money, or do they hang in at the wire? Total pace for the short race, Charles. And look at this, my man. Everybody's within 9 points. So put all the numbers in the hat, pull them out, play a random pick 4. I mean, exacta or trifecta, and you might do well. And it's funny about this, Charles, is we agree on the 10, 1, and 7, second, third, and fourth in a little bit different order, but we just posted something completely different up front.
Yeah, because I like that 8. I liked its last win was on turf, and here we are back in on turf, and it was its only turf start. And this horse is not bred 100% for turf, so that tells me it's got a lot of talent. So this horse won last time out, like we did. I just finished saying. Here's one you could claim here: Scary Creations. There you go. And trainer gets 16% first after a claim. I think this horse is going to have some say in its future. The 1 is my second choice. Does have speed, as it shows on the chart there. Does get the rail, but the ran third last time out. Trainer gets 13% with 90+ days of rest. Then a 10 horse here. It ran even the last 2 times. Does drop in class today. This one will be flying late. And then the 7 ran second the last 2 times. Tactical speed fits in this group. So all this one has to do is sit close enough. So it's a pretty wide open race, like always, for the 5 furlong turfs.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to bet a buck because it's all he had left.
That's all I had left.
Let that money burn. Those 4 quarters burned a hell of a hole in his pocket. I'm going to go with that 5 horse. I look at Scary Creations. I saw the same thing in there with that 5 horse. On turf 4 times. All of them were sprints. All of them were wins. So you don't know how good a horse is on short sprints until it loses, right? 10 horse is up next for me, Charles. Tracy Ann's Legacy, going to drop from a $102,000 non-graded stakes to Tampa Bay, where she's run on the turf a half dozen times, 4 wins, a couple of seconds. That's a pretty good record. Miss Melody, going to be the pace setter on that rail, has some really fast 3 furlong workouts, but then again, any horse could probably run fast for 3 furlongs. But that tells me, Charles, that the trainer wants to get out first. This one is making its first start on the turf, but it's been on the off track a couple of times, and that off track record suggests it should like the surface switch. Finally, Bahamian Moon, that 7 horse, big overlay, did tie for the top total pace or total par figure. I need to rank this one higher because it's tried Tampa Bay grass 3 times already, hasn't hit the board once. So maybe just not a fan of the surface at Tampa Bay Downs or the distance or wherever the turns are. All right, Charles, that wraps it up for today. Here are our full picks, just a couple of minutes away from the 3rd race at Tampa Bay Downs. So we'll stick around to kind of cover that as they're working their way towards the starting gate. Any final thoughts from you, Charles?
No. I'm going to be taking some days off here, so I'll be talking to you next week. Probably
enjoy
Thursday next week.
Enjoy that. I will be back with Terry tomorrow. Since Gulfstream is doing the championship meet, we'll bring our championship ideas to South Florida. Too bad we can't be there for real. I mean, the weather here is a little rainy and cold, gray, not my favorite thing. Again, tonight, if you're going to play Remington Park in the great state of Oklahoma, you can get some free picks at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. There is a link down in the description below. Suppose you dream that 6 horse, a best bet to open it up down there at 2-1, not the best odds, but hey, you can, when we have our exacta and daily double calculator up on horseracingtoday.net, you can head on over there and use it and find out which one might make the best combination with that horse in there, Charles.
Yeah.
For sure. Let's see what our good friend here, Abstruse Allen, has to say before we move out of here. Ooh, Charles, that 8, 25-1 fixed odds. You're tempted. Hey, 25-1 fixed odds. I mean, a couple bucks on it, right? $4. I don't think that's going to kill you, Abstruse Allen. Or €4. I mean, euros.
One time on turf, won, and then it did well. I mean,
but they're not on euros anymore, right? In England, you guys are out of the euro. Is that right? Get ready for a crap Thursday night game with Pitt versus New England. Yeah. Should be lots of defense and kickers. Yeah. And and quarterback play. What's funny though about that? I would say, Scary Creations, is that I bet you if you put Mac Jones on the Steelers offense and you flipped out the quarterbacks, Pittsburgh would get better and New England would get worse. We've never been on the year. Yeah, that's what I thought. Currency has always been the Great Britain pound. Indeed, yes. Probably wasn't a bad move, right? I don't think. I know they had a lot of contention over there over that Brexit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Politics, right? All right, let's see what's going on in race number 3. So they're about to get cracking. Let's take a look at our thoughts for race 3. Charles, we think the 4 and the 5 are going to bust out to the lead right now. The 8 horse, your pick, Warcross. Also, the pick for the simulation odds is the favorite at 9-5, Mr. Charles. The 4 horse right now is the second choice. That one is 2-1. Oh, I don't know what I just did there, but that's not what I wanted to do. All right, let's take a look at this race and see how it plays out. They're almost all in. I have that $5 exacta, 4 with the 3/8. So clearly I'm hoping for it to go 4-3 from a payout standpoint. Guess I could have put the calculator back up there again, but we'll see. While we wait for that, Charles, I want to say thank you to Philip Perkins, Sean Sullivan, Beverly Taylor, and Eunice Chifor for the thumbs up on Facebook. If you like what you see, kindly hit the subscribe button while you're here. Tell your friends about us by copying the link on YouTube, putting it on your social pages. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Rumble, whatever else is out there at Horse Race, the number 2-day. Horse Race 2-day. All right, Charles, the 4 horse, Beast or Famine, has indeed taken the lead early. The 5 horse is in second between it and the 8 horse, who's now in third. You have looks like the 5 horse running. No, he's in third. I don't know. I can't see. I don't have the binoculars. I'm not at Tampa Bay Downs, and I don't get paid.
The 8 on the outside.
Mm-hmm. So the 8 horse is on the outside. The 4 horse continues to hold the lead. Question is, it looks to me like the 4 horse still hasn't been asked to go yet. So these two are going to come around the corner. The 8 horse has put his nose in front of the 4, so he's likely to go by the 4, I would say, Charles, but you never know, right? Yeah, they're all going to go by the 4 horse, it looks like. The 3 horse is going to be the one right now, Charles, that looks like it's going to power its way to the lead in there with at 5-1. The 3 horse is taken over a commanding lead. The 8 horse is in second place, and then it looks like the 6 is going to pull up for third, although there is somebody trying to make up ground on that 6 horse. Looks like the 2, but the 8 horse is getting in there, Charles. He might get to the 3.
Not quitting.
No, it's going to go 3, 8, and then
Can't tell.
Somebody standing up on the 2, Aileron. So 3, 8. I should have just did the exact box, right? You should have did it too. You would add it as well.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, just not the right bet, Charles. The right horse is just not in the right order. That's always the key to this game. All right, Charles. Again, Terry and I will be back tomorrow, a little bit about 10 minutes before post to the opener at Gulfstream Park. Till we get back together again for that, folks, we certainly hope that no matter what it is you're doing for the rest of this hump day at Tampa Bay, Charles, safe travels to you as well, my friend. Everything may it be blessed, and you have God's grace, and all things, Charles, end up in
the winner's circle.
Indeed. Thanks for joining us. Have a fantastic day.